to the Gigs podcast. I'm your host, Nikki Sanz, founder and CEO of Gigs, the professional career platform for the live event industry. Today, we have a very special episode for y'all. Drop me, and we're going! What's up? We are giving you the sneak preview inside the construction of Rock Nashville, the highly anticipated new campus from the team behind Rock Lititz. If you work in live events, you probably know Rock Lititz in Pennsylvania as the premier destination for tour prep, production, and collaboration. And now they're bringing that same vision to the heart of Music City. But this isn't just a rehearsal facility. It's a hub for community, wellness, co-working, training, and everything in between. We'll be touring the space and speaking with the people bringing it to life. Let's get into it. Robert Bull has worked in the live event industry for 30 years. Bull is a longtime leader at Claire Global and was selected as Rock Nashville's official advisor, helping build the network and partnerships that are making the campus possible. His nickname in town, the Mayor of Nashville. I think we'll see why today. What's up, Bull? Hey!
Nice to see you.
Thank you so much for giving me a tour today.
Absolutely.
So you've seen this industry really evolve through the years, through 30 years of working in it. How big of a moment is this for you and for this community?
I mean, I never thought I would see something like this develop, really. I mean, everybody's been talking about we need to do this, we need to do this. Nashville really needs this, right? And there's been other people that have attempted it, and it's a big push, right? And so I walk through here, and it's funny because every time I go back to our shop, Victoria, our receptionist, says, "Man, you're grinning bigger." And I said, "I'm like a donkey eating briars. I can't believe it," because I never thought this would happen, right? So it really is. It's amazing. And what does it do for the community? It's going to bring all the genres of music together, right? And that's the most exciting thing. It's not about Claire. It's not about Soundcheck. It's about all the people in all of the music industry as a whole, what we're going to bring here, the people that are going to get to be here and to see this beautiful campus. And then what it's going to do for the community is it's going to give people opportunities that maybe they didn't have before, right? So new inspiring monitor mixers or backline techs or lighting people, they're going to have these opportunities. I mean, in the Soundcheck building itself, we have 20 by 30 rooms, right? So we say from concept to stadiums, we have everything in between. So could you imagine being like an artist and going, one day I would love to do this, and then U2's rehearsing at the other end, right, in the big room, and that's reality, right? And so it's exciting. It's exciting to be able to lift the community as a whole. And the other thing is that I would like to say publicly, we are a guest here in this town in Nashville. Nashville is such a home community, and we are so thankful that the community has allowed Rock Nashville, the Rock Lititz community, to be a part of this. We're honored, we're humbled, and we're just excited for what we can do for the future.
Well, where are we standing right now?
So right now you're standing in the Tate Gallagher building.
All right.
This is 120,000 square feet, and they build sets and scenic and stuff for things that are on tours. This will be their manufacturing side here, their fabrication here, their office space will be over there. So
okay,
if you can dream it, they can build it.
Yeah, when did you guys break ground of Rock Nashville?
April of last year. And so what they did was, if you look at these walls, there's seams in the walls. That wall was actually built right on the slab. So they poured the slab, they put a barrier between the two, then they built a form around it, and then they poured concrete. Once all the walls were 70% hardened, they brought a team in with a crane and they stood these up, and then they put turnbuckles to hold the walls in place. What does that mean? That means that this 120,000 square foot facility was stood up in 2.5 days.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, when these guys, when the mayor's team goes to work, they are no joke at all. So this is pretty much an empty shell. This is kind of the last one to develop. As you get further in, you'll see that, Soundcheck is a little further on. When I say we, I mean the team finally picked this place.
Yeah.
This was a hayfield, a year and a half ago. And
hard to believe because it's just 15 minutes north of the city, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're like 18 minutes from the airport, and we're 15 minutes from the city. And I mean, the location is just, it's, like I said, I can't quit grinning. I never thought we'd see this. And, honestly, I don't know if we would have had this opportunity if it wasn't for Ben and Katie Jumper. They are such a pillar part of Whites Creek community, and they are a very tight-knit community. We've been looking for 10 years, right, to do this, and where do we do it? So we looked north of town, we looked south of town, we looked more northeast of town. The difference is the Whites Creek community was very specific or very particular of who they let in. We did a town hall meeting, and they were very forthcoming of the people they did not let in, right? Yeah. So
you're gonna tell us exclusive?
No.
Okay.
We met with them. We met the community, told them what we're going to do, all the education that's coming, the job opportunities they have, and because Ben and Katie are such a pillar of the community and whatever, they allowed us to be here. And like I said, earlier, we are a guest in this town, and we know that, and we are beyond excited and humbled and thrilled to be here.
So cool. How is this campus going to be different from other facilities in town?
We really believe that this campus is going to lift everybody in town. Last week I had the guys from UTV and Steel Mill out here. We've talked to Tom Worley. We've talked to the guys at PRG. So a big mistake is that people want to come in and take over, and that's not the thing, right?
Yeah.
This community is meant to build the whole community as a whole, right? So there's going to be times when we're going to be filled up, and we're going to send people to our friends across town. But what makes this different? I think it's going to be the community, right? Whether it's manufacturers, wellness that we have on top of there, or up on the second floor of Soundcheck, whether it is, all being in one location. Try to get all your questions answered, like, I don't know how to do this. It's the forethought that we did, so there's a lot of technological advances that we did to move forward in the future. There's a lot of intercommunication, so the whole campus is actually fibered together.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? That means that if you're doing a rehearsal in one of the studios, and hopefully we're all booked, but you need to dial up, say, a TV mix or something like that, right? Or lighting has to do some programming. There's fiber to be able to talk to all the different facilities, whether it's in Soundcheck on top of that or over at Claire. So trying to think of those things, also being able to connect to Lititz. So say you have a musical director that's up in Lititz that is trying to, is doing a band up there and also has a band down there. And they want to see the work they've done. Well, they can do that, and we can tie the two campuses together via fiber, whether it's like a, kind of like a Zoom call, or you can get inputs from this campus up to that campus. So that's a work in progress, but we're definitely doing it, and we're really excited. Just trying to think of how can we service the community as a whole.
Well, and it's cool because Soundcheck was this community space for a lot of Nashville.
Absolutely.
And for that to go away, but sneak just a few miles up the road to be a part of you guys, and we're going to talk to Kendall here soon, but why do you think Nashville specifically needed something like this?
I think the diversity. A lot of times you talk about Nashville being country music. Man, there is some great underground pop stuff going on. I mean, I just think it is such a melting pot, and people want to be here. I think the rich history, is a huge deal. Was talking to the Claire family, and they said, we don't know if we could have ever done this in any other city.
Wow.
Because the accessibility, even in our shop in Ambrose, we never know who's going to walk through the front door. Somebody needs a microphone. Could be Stephen Wilson Jr., could be Garth Brooks. I mean, we have no idea,
Totally.
right? And so now to have this whole community, I think that Nashville just offers something the accessibility, right? And I think authenticity, and that's definitely what we want to build this campus upon, is organic authenticity, right? We're not trying to be anybody that we're not. Yeah. All of us that are on this campus have been here for over 20 years. We know what that means. We know the honor that it bestows upon us to be here. I just think that Nashville is just a special place, and obviously, the Rock Lititz and the Rock Nashville community feel the same way.
Big city feels like a small town.
Absolutely.
And I think this campus is about to be an even smaller town. The Yeller Building.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Cool. All right, so we're leaving Tate Gallagher right now.
We are.
Where are we heading?
We're heading to Claire Global. The Claire building is roughly 97,000 square feet of Claire. Rocket Cargo is also in the same space, and then we're really proud to say that Billy Alcorn custom cases, road cases, whether it's wardrobe or backline or whatever, he's part of the community as well. So we're really excited to have him in our building as well.
How often are you guys needing to, request to special road case builds?
Quite often, to be honest with you, and a lot of times it's a little thing. But for us, we want to be the easy button, right, as a campus. So having Billy here is going to be amazing because, do you know anybody who can? And we're like, absolutely, he's right there. Because we don't have to know everything, we don't have to do everything, but we just have to know the right people.
Got to know the people.
Right.
So you have been in East Nashville and Lititz at Claire for the past 30 years. How does it feel having this monstrous building in the heart of Nashville now? It's
humbling, really. I mean, as things have grown, as business has grown, as we've expanded, it just helps. This is all about our clients, right? So this helps us better serve our clients and turn out great product. So it's unbelievably humbling.
What was your first job at Claire?
My first job was anything they needed me to do, and so my years at Claire started with John McBride. So he owned a company called MD Systems, and Garth Brooks was coming out. So I worked with John. I started with him in 93, and then Claire bought us in 97. So when I say 33 years at Claire, they've actually, you know, they gave me the years that I worked with John. So, but
awesome.
officially with Claire since 97. So.
All right, so this is the new Claire Global.
Yes, it is.
Tell me about the space.
So we joined forces with Sound Image, and so we are all going to be underneath one roof. The really interesting part about this is all the managers, department heads got to help with the layout. So everybody had something to say on this, even to where every plug-in is, where every Cat 5 connector is, to where the airlines are run. We're really proud of the fact that everybody had a say in how this runs. I think that's really special for Claire.
Well, when you've worked in it for so long, I mean, I'm sure combined all of y'all have like decades of experience knowing exactly where the power needs to be and where certain places that frustrated you. Early in your career, do you remember a time where you totally made a mistake and you had to make it right, or something that you're like, all right, I'm never going to do that again. I had to learn it the hard way.
So there's a political answer, and then there's the real answer.
Let's go real, man.
Okay, I'll start political.
Okay.
But it was, don't lie, right? Like if you make it's okay to make a mistake, because when you fall 6 feet forward, you're getting closer. And that was a big realization for me, because you always want to conquer the world. You never want to admit you don't really know what you're doing. And along with that, the reality of it is I found out what ground was. So I was tying in power and didn't tie my ground in first, and I got the shit shocked out of me. Thank goodness I'm safe, but I promise you, I will never do that again.
Oh my. If you had any advice to anyone who wants to come into the industry, specifically to Claire or to audio in that world, what would you say to them?
Work harder than anybody else and be nice. You know, back in the day, it used to be us versus them. Not really us versus them, but it was like, as a monitor mixer, if it would feedback, it was like, oh, front of house guy, or oh, monitor guy's doing that, and it's not that much anymore, right? Building teams is so important. That's the best. That's the way we're successful these days.
Yeah.
So I really think, you know, be willing to do anything. Be the first one there and the last one to leave, right? That you can smell that stuff, right? You know.
Oh yeah.
You can tell when somebody's got it when they don't have it. So I would just say, and then be kind. If there's something that you can do to help somebody else and it doesn't affect your job, why not do it? You're just standing there anyway. So that would probably be my biggest advice.
That's awesome. Thank you, Bull. I am so happy we got to talk. And I remember talking last January when you guys had the announcement of breaking ground, to see how far y'all have come in such a short amount of time. So cool. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to do some fun stuff here.
Thank you very much. It's my honor.
Turns out they hired me. I'm on the construction team. I've actually always wanted to do this. Okay, thank you so much. Kendall Jumper was destined for live events because her parents, Ben and Katie Jumper, founded Crew One Productions, Mid-America Entertainment, and Catering to the Stars. Kendall grew up immersed in shows and tours, and after earning a rodeo scholarship to Troy University, she began her professional journey in hospitality management before joining Soundcheck in 2011. Now general manager of Soundcheck, Kendall has led through tornadoes, floods, and pandemics, and is now playing a pivotal role in growing Rock Nashville. Let's go get a tour. Hey, Kendall.
Hi, Nikki. Welcome to Soundcheck's new home.
This is so exciting.
I know.
All right, so we're walking up these stairs. Tell me about why the stairs are placed directly in front of the front door.
Yeah, so that was really important when we did this design because the community is a key component in that home feel. So as soon as we wanted to go, they come in the door, we wanted them to see the stairs or see our Soundcheck offices down at the bottom. You'll also find those are the only offices downstairs are our offices.
So people can come just bug you all day long.
Exactly.
We love that.
Yeah.
So you come up the stairs.
Yep.
And what are we walking into?
So we are walking into kind of like what we're calling the honeypot space of the campus. Rock Nashville's offices will be right here. But what you'll also see, there's about 25 tenants up here. You're going to see co-working space. You're going to see a wellness center. Rock Med's coming here, a training room, co-working space, along with all the other tenants that help kind of create this ecosystem here at Rock Nashville. So the goal is, if a client's having a problem, I told you about being there at that developmental stage. If we overhear a problem or can be the solution to their problem, even if it's not directly through us, really being that liaison, that connectivity on this campus. And the greatest thing up here also too is a cafe. We do have a cafe.
Let's go.
The thing is that the other spaces are not Tate, Claire, they're not putting in, they might be putting in break rooms, but they're not putting in full cafes because the goal is to get everyone on this campus to drive to the cafe. So we have lots of offices from pyrotechnics, staging, manufacturing reps from like Yamaha, Shure, and then previs rooms with Copilot, Diablo Digital, Clear All Visual, and then logistics. So we have stage call right here. And what's really been fun is some companies are actually making their office spaces really interactive. So they're putting in a golf simulator. Audio Technics over here is putting in like a front porch lounge situation. Cool. So they're really like taking in this, we want to drive business up here and drive to each other and help each other out, which is really fun and creative and collaborative. Right here is the cafe. It will serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It is an open floor plan, and then there is actually a back wall that if we're not busy can be open, and then if someone does want to have a private lunch, it can actually be totally closed down. The great thing about the cafe is the caterers in Studio 1 and 2 are actually running the cafe. So it also gives our band rehearsals, they can get food vouchers or they can get catering in their room, or if someone just has a business meeting and wants a lunch, we can get it.
So I could live here, is what you're saying?
Basically.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
We do have showers here too.
Yeah, and a gym?
And a gym.
Around the corner?
Gym's coming in right over there.
Gym?
Yeah.
So you have also wellness. So
wellness. So that is neuro, physical therapy, and wellness. They're going to have cold water plunge, sauna, acupuncture, all the things. And then the barber. So if you need a little haircut. So we're really trying to make it a one-stop shop. And again, back to the word home.
Home. We're living here.
Yep.
We're living in Rock Nashville, baby.
Yep.
So Kendall, we are outside of Studio 3, and we are outside because the microphones don't work when we're inside. What's going on?
We have an RF paint. This is not normal black paint by any means. It actually has metal pieces in the paint with the ground at the bottom of it. With all these studios being next to each other, which we'll kind of like walk through and see, we were concerned with the bleed, with the mics, the in-ear monitors, all of that. So we found this paint, we did some research, and it gives us about a 40 to 45 dB attenuation, and with all the TV companies around Nashville. So it's been pretty wild to see. Our team has done a great job. No one's really ever done this before. They kind of do a Faraday cage with copper or wire mesh, and this is actually a paint, and you're already seeing this is actually only one coat of paint. If we did 2 coats of paint, it would be a lot more. That way, when we have 15 studios going at once, there's absolutely no bleed over in RF frequency.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
So Studio 3, tell me about the size. How many of these do you have?
So this size specifically, it is 70 by 80. We have 2 of these, and when we built this studio, it was really important for us to be able to cater the developing artists all the way to the stadium tours. So I would say this is about a theater performance production. There will be a ground-supported truss grid in this room and the next. There's 2 identical. They can choose to use it or not. What's also great is we've partnered with Claire. All the rooms will have Cohesion audio and then Yamaha consoles. So the artists can either bring in their own stuff or we can prepare it for them just to walk in and go to help on their rehearsal time. You will actually see we had to think about acoustics too. So we partnered with the Metro Acoustics. There will be duckboard on the wall. You'll also see something different that's not in our current building is this little gap right here. That is a 1-inch rubber gap. Every single room in this studio is actually poured on its own isolated slabs. The sound cannot push through the concrete, the reverb. So we really took time in doing this. Also, every single room has a mix room and a bathroom. So that's an upgrade as well. That is also acoustically treated with a special exhaust system to help ventilate off the soundboards and everything else. Not only can they run it anywhere on this campus. But if someone wants to do an extra mix with a music director or anything like that, and they don't want to be in this room specifically, they can actually either go to Claire's building, a pre-viz suite upstairs, and actually work with the MD and help the artist with their vocals or anything like that.
I heard you can also send it to Lititz too, yeah?
Yes, you can. There's a dark fiber that you can send to Lititz.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. Evolving, changing, really growing what just band rehearsals are. I think it's really elevating that.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in Lititz.
That is exactly the point. So we are really excited to bring this to Nashville. And what's even cooler is that by partnering with the Rock team, we are able to provide full production and then the technical band rehearsal studios. So back to what I was saying a little earlier, like we can really help that developing artist to get to the stadium. The goal is to have that, artist just coming up and blossoming in a studio right literally on the other side of the wall and be like, oh my gosh, so-and-so's in Studio 2 and I want to get there one day, and be a part of their path as they grow from the smallest room, which is 20 by 30, all the way to the largest room.
And is this for arena and stadium?
Arena shed.
Arena shed.
Yeah. So this is 125 by 100. We do have the grid above us. It is in the same bays as Lititz, and it is also etched on the floor. So you don't have to run lasers to hang your points. You can actually just drop your points, which makes it faster, more efficient load in.
Is that the case in Lititz, or is that
is
you guys?
the case.
Wow.
So that's something that's been great. Is we're kind of known for the band rehearsals. They're known for the full production rehearsals, and to totally come together, collaborate, and how can we make this the best scenario that we can. I know we'll have a few hurdles here and there. Who put that door there? But we'll get there. It'll be fun.
So you started as the office manager 2011, and now senior general manager of Soundcheck. So that's 15 years of experience in rehearsal facilities. What have been the biggest changes you've seen, and what are you most excited about here?
I would say the biggest change was COVID and a tornado all hitting within like
a month.
3 weeks, a month. As soon as we got on the uptick, and then just went totally backwards. And that was actually right when I moved into the general manager role.
Wow.
Our previous general manager actually gave us a year notice, and she timed it just perfect. So I kind of came into a little bit of chaos. But what I'm most excited about is the growth. We've been in an old building on Cowan since the previous owners in 1993.
Wow.
And as the business has evolved, the customer service, the crew care, all of that, I can only do so much in the current building state that I'm in. So all the ideas and the wants that we've wanted to do to partner with the Rock team and this whole facility and just be able to do all the things is probably the most exciting to me. And to provide the production studios. That's always been a need in this city. There's always, everyone's outsourcing, going to the arenas early to load in and put their production in. So now this gives them a home. And that's the biggest thing, to keep the home for the music industry.
Let's talk about home. I mean, home is a very core value of y'all's, and especially being in Nashville, where people are everything, and it's a small town. How are you guys going to be bringing that home to Rock Nashville?
I think that's been important with the team, keeping the culture, keeping that, kind of like little fire alive of Soundcheck. And I hope when people come here, they actually see some of the same things a little elevated. That is that little, that still is Soundcheck. That I remember that, even though we are moving a whole new facility, but just being a cornerstone for people, a hub. Like, they come in off the road, they have a little imposter syndrome, not being on the road, coming home, but be their comfort zone, provide them trainings, mental health, all community benefits, but also just be a comfort zone to them. It's kind of like eating comfort food, but it's like a place, and you're like, this is just it. I can't even explain it.
I love it.
And that's been really important, because I know that Soundcheck has not always been the nicest studios. Like I mentioned, we haven't upgraded. We've been in an old building. So to upgrade and then provide those customer service experiences, care, all that, I think it's just gonna knock it out of the park.
So we're outside of sound check.
Yes.
What are we looking at?
We're looking at, I would say, the dock bus area, deliveries. And we're actually really proud of this. This is in our current situation on Cowan, Claire's current situation, parking, driving in has always been a situation. So this is something that we really took to heart. And so the way the campus works is the trucks and buses come kind of on the interior, a little around the edge, and stay here, and all cars are on the exterior. So you do not have to fight any cars at all in a perfect world. We have also done the math, and no bus or truck should have to unhook from their trailers at any time to get around.
Wow.
And that's really great for bus call or anything else. Super stoked about that one, or having someone to move here and there. And what you'll also see is we're already thinking about growth, scaling up. There's little areas in the walls, kind of by that gray shipping container, that are kind of notched out. So you'll see those all through the campus. Those are actually called punch-out walls. So if we decide, hey, we need more docks, we're that busy, we can punch out those areas, and they're all kind of throughout the campus.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. A little knockout.
You guys are just ready to take a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
And I mean, do you know how many docks you have?
I have 24 alone on my building.
Damn.
I do not know about this building.
Woo.
And then that is 4 drive-ins as well. So
Drive-ins.
Yeah, so we are standing on a drive-in right here. So if a client has a weird request, they want their car in, we can take it on in.
All right.
But also to unload the buses, and over on the other side of this green area, you'll see there are 3 buses wide drive-in.
Got
so I
it.
can have 3 buses unloading at one time.
Dude.
Yes.
To the next. Marissa Rincuso is the Initiatives Program Manager for both Rock Lititz and Rock Nashville. A former touring stage manager and project manager at Tate, she's passionate about holistic support for live event professionals. So she's going to give us a quick tour. So let's go. What's up, Marissa?
Hey, how are ya?
So good to see you. Okay, so you started as an intern at Tate 6 years ago.
Yep.
Tell me about your story and what you're working on right now with Rock Nashville.
Absolutely. So 6 years ago, in 2019, I started as an intern at Tate as a project management intern for touring. I fell in love with the live events industry. I'd been working theater prior to that, but really became so passionate about all of the different facets of live events and what concerts are like. Cut to, I started as a full-time project manager, and as I started my journey with Tate, I fell in love more and more with the big picture and supporting the whole person inside the concert touring industry. I had the immense privilege of touring with the Weekends Camp as an assistant stage manager in 2023.
Damn.
And it was just so eye-opening and incredible, and had one of the best crews I had ever worked with, and it made me really passionate about supporting crews in their entire journey from start to finish. And so now I'm here. I've been working with Rock Lititz for about 2 years now, and I'm so stoked because I actually just moved this weekend to Nashville.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, to start working here based out of Rock Nashville. And so we are so stoked because all the work we've been cultivating in Lititz is growing with the partnership here with Soundcheck in Nashville, and we're stoked about the community.
So cool. Okay, so what kind of support and development are you guys gonna have?
We're gonna have whole person support here in Rock Nashville. So when I say that, it means helping support the entire individual. So trainings, professional development. So you'll think about CPR and first aid and forklift and all of those kind of training-based skill sets. And then beyond that, we'll have professional development such as leadership training, really thinking about how we grow people in their careers. And then beyond that, we have lots of fun social and networking opportunities to make sure that we're connecting, plus a bunch of different discussion groups. So in Lititz, we have a variety of different topics we talk about on a regular basis, every month or a couple times a year. And we're really excited to see what Nashville wants to talk about.
So what do you hope this environment feels like for someone walking in for the first time?
I hope that they feel welcomed and invited, a place where everyone feels at home. Especially for touring crews, it can often feel like there isn't a really set home as you're moving city to city. And I think something that I've really loved about working at Rock Lititz, and I'm so stoked because I know it's like that at Soundcheck and what Rock Nashville will be, is a new home here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Talk about wellness. So that's where you really specialize in, and what does that mean, bringing wellness into the touring industry and into Rock Nashville?
I think it's really important to recognize that we're all people period. And in this industry, it is so often that our careers and our personal lives are so intertwined. And so thinking about them in isolation often just isn't doing us a service. We all work crazy hours. We're in a new city every single day. And so being able to support people in the context of their environments is really important to me. We're really passionate about providing mental health resources that work for individuals. So making sure it's within the timing that works for them in the cities that they are at, whether it's virtual or in person, and a variety of different topics, whether it's within like career coaching or whether it's in personal mental health or in connections and developing their relationships.
Relationship management. In this
Relationship
industry.
management, yes.
It's tough.
Huge.
Very, very, I mean, there's really no other job like it where people are gone from home, come back to life, and they're living two separate lives at the same time.
Absolutely.
So they can come here and really have people to talk to and have that not only community of, you know, everyone upstairs and hanging out and feeling like they belong to something, but then they have other people to talk to.
Absolutely. And I also love to think that with Rock Lititz, and I'm so stoked about Rock Nashville, is this also becomes a hub for the families and the partners at home. And so it's really great to see, and I think that a big point of connection happens with not only supporting the touring individuals, but also the people who are here at home.
That's huge,
Yeah.
especially with so many families living in Nashville.
Absolutely. And Nashville's always been a hub for that, but now I'm really excited to see that here present in this space as well.
So cool. What are you specifically the most excited about?
What I'm most excited about is truly connecting with the Nashville community. Nashville is such a warm city. It has so many incredible music industry professionals here. And I think that this particular campus is going to thrive so well here within Nashville.
Cool.
And excited to make some new friends.
Well, welcome to Nashville.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to know you now. Yay. Oh, thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.